What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Man, this generation is cooked. This generation is cooked, man. This generation is cooked. And there's no masculinity in this generation anymore. It's cooked. Now men have the same mentality as women. It's feminine energy. Too much estrogen. This generation is cooked. There's no accountability. Masculinity equals accountability. It's supposed to equal accountability. Right? You're supposed to tie up your boots, go out in the forest, and go hunt. That's what it is. There's no accountability. Zero accountability. It's just weird to me, man. No accountability. With that said, as you see, Shakur Stevenson says that it's Shakur Stevenson versus the world. As if people are against him. Who's against him? We just want to see you. You chose the sport of boxing. Just like I say with every other fighter. You chose the sport of boxing. So people are going to, as fans, want to see you compete against the best. I started to think, I always compare the sport of boxing to other sports like the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, etc., right? The thing I don't know about those sports with comparing them to boxing is this. Is that they are forced to compete against the best. They don't have a choice because it's governed. They have commission, right? They don't have a choice. They are forced to fight the best. So I don't know if they would have a similar mentality as these fighters. I don't know. As boxers. See, boxers is more individually driven, right? Because it's the Wild Wild West. Where in basketball, let's say the NBA, you can really get the best against the best. The best team versus the East is going to play the best team versus the West, and they don't have a say-so. Victor Wembanyama and Jalen Brunson don't have a say-so. They got to play each other. Karl Anthony Towns ain't got a say-so. He got to play. He got to play against the best. That's just what it is. Right? They don't have a choice. In boxing, you give this generation choices, and because people hold them to the standards of wanting to see the best versus the best, then it's frowned upon. It's a sport. You want to see the best versus the best. Period. Right? That's just what it is. It's a sport. And it's competition. That's what it is. So in competition, as a fan, if I'm paying my money, I want to get the best product as possible. As a fan. I'm paying my money for you to live the lifestyle that you live. If there's no fans, you don't live the lifestyle you live. What part of that don't they understand? This generation don't get. The hardworking people pay their money so you can live the life that you live. If they don't buy tickets and they don't buy pay-per-views, where you think the money come from? Why you think certain fights don't happen? Because the promoters don't think that the fans finance everything. We are the bank. Just like you go to the bank to get loans and credit to buy houses and buy cars, etc., etc. The fans are the bank. And they have standards. It's just like you go to buy a car. If your credit don't meet a certain standard, they ain't giving you the car or the house or the credit card. If your credit ain't good and you don't keep your word, they ain't supporting you. That's it, that's all. This ain't rocket science. What part of these dudes don't understand? The fans want to see the best versus the best. Point blank and period. That's it, that's all. Not interested in all the other stuff. So like I said, it's not you versus the world. If it's you versus the world, it's because you put yourself in that position. Blame yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Look in the mirror. I tell you guys all the time, people don't like accountability. They don't like change. They don't like structure, right? And the worst thing to do is hold up a mirror where they got to look at their self. Because you ain't got no excuses. It's all you. It's on you. And the worst thing to do is live with regret. Putting your head on the pillow knowing you did this. Period. Accountability. So, in this situation with Shakur Foster, you put yourself in this position, bruh. What do you mean? When Shakur Foster and Raymond Ford was going back and forth, you interjected yourself into that conversation. Because Raymond Ford is your brother. You put yourself in a position where people are saying whether we think you win or lose. You put yourself in a position and said, I'm not fighting Shakur Foster until he fights my brother Raymond Ford. And if he beats Raymond Ford, then I'll fight him. Okay, well, he beat Raymond Ford. Now we holding you accountable to your word. You said you went on a Breakfast Club in New York, in the biggest media capital in the world, and you said that I'll go to 147 and dominate. Skills pay the bills. Size don't matter. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't want weight stipulations because that taints the victory. You said that. You said that. Nobody forced you to say that. You was patting yourself on the back and pom-pom shaking for your own skill set, and you put the carriage before the horse. You said, I'll go to 147 and collect all those belts. You said, I'll fight Conor Benn with the same stipulations that he put on Chris Eubanks. You said that, which would mean that you would fight at 147, bro, at 164. Because he fought Chris Eubanks at 160 with a 10-pound rehydration clause. So you said, give me the same stipulations. Which means you fighting at 154 with a 10-pound rehydration clause, which means he could fight at 164. And you said size don't matter, skills pay the bills. You said that. Ain't nobody else said that but you. Nobody made you say that. You volunteered that information, bro. And so now that people, the fans and the people are saying, well, you said this, so we want to see you do it. Oh, nah, now y'all trying to force me to do so. Ain't nobody forcing you to do a damn thing. You said that. And everybody just holding you accountable for what you said. You said that. So ain't nobody forcing you to do something that nobody's forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. You said you could do it. So people are saying in a sport that's competitive, this is a combat sport. It's a sport. It's a sport, bro. You said you can do X, Y, and Z. So the fans are holding you accountable for saying that. to the standards that you set. And now you mad that people are holding you to the standards that you set? Make that make sense. Now you're trying to push it off on the fans and the media and trying to make it that they're trying to, the media is and the fans is trying to force you to do something that you ain't comfortable doing. It's diabolical, bro. It's diabolical. Imagine proposing to a woman, and then when she said, okay, when we get married, you like, oh man, you putting pressure on me to get married. I ain't ready to get married. So why the hell you propose? You propose, and then you expect the woman not to hold you accountable for proposing? You sound ridiculous. Oh man, y'all trying to force me to get married. Nobody trying to force you to get married. You volunteered. You went and bought the ring. You went and put this in this energy in the universe. You did that. Ain't nobody force you to do that. You tried to prove that you was the great man. Hey, I'm a stand up. I'm a family man. I'm faithful. I'm a righteous man. I'm a propose. Okay, now you propose and people like, well, when you get married, oh man, why y'all trying to force me to get married? Why y'all trying to force? Man, come on, man, knock it off, man. It's getting ridiculous now. Now it's getting ridiculous, man. That's what it's doing. It's getting ridiculous now. Now oh man, it's me versus the world, man. Nobody believe in me. Man, stop, man. This generation is cooked. Cooked. For accountability. Because people hold you accountable, they against you. Man, this is crazy work, bro. It's crazy work, bro. I'm the best at this. Everybody pound their chest. I'm the best at this. I'm the best at that. Okay, we hold you accountable for saying you the best at it. And now we against you? Now the world is against you because you said you the best? So, okay, you the best thing. Nobody can rock with you. Then we want to see you compete against the best. There is the offer. And prove that you the best. Oh, man, y'all against me. Bro, this is diabolical, bro. It's crazy work, bro. I'm a little guy, man. Y'all trying to force me. Ain't nobody force you to say that you could fight at 147. Nobody forced you to say you could fight at 164. Nobody did that. You did that. You volunteered the information. Bro, now you got to fight on Shakur Foster. You put the information out there that is you or Shakur Foster got to beat my brother Raymond Ford. Then you said you bet your house that Shakur Foster can't beat Raymond Ford. He beats Raymond Ford. Then you saying he's a bum. Make this make sense. So then I guess Raymond Ford is a bum. He's lower than a bum. If he lost to a bum, then what does that make? What does that make Raymond Ford? Bro, how Dante Boston always said, the worst thing that happened to you dudes in this generation is a microphone and a camera. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.